God damn it.
What the fuck?
Oh! Holy shit! What's up, guys? Your boy Big Al here, coming at you. Another beautiful day about to hit us here in Miami, and that's not going to stop me today. I want to do my best to get this Grand Marquis running again. I mean, it runs, but I don't want it running with the coolant down the ignition coil there on the spark plug. So here it is. Hasn't moved since I made that video over a week ago. Just been really busy. Now I get the time, so I want to get this thing. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. If I'm going to keep it or flip it. You know, I'm trying to get some cars out of here. Every time I say that, I buy more. Civic is still up for sale. I've dropped the price to $2,200. I'm looking to get somewhere around $2,000. Anyway, I want to hopefully JB weld that crack and fix it. This is a very, very common 4.6 problem. More common than I ever imagined. Matter of fact, over at Cleared Hot Motorsports, we've got 2 of them in there right now with the cracked tube. So very common problem. I mean, I think theirs might be a little more severe. I'm hoping I get lucky because the coolant leak is not that bad. But this thing's been sitting here for a week, so the leak is dried up. But basically, this heater hose runs in the firewall right there. That tube cracks and it starts leaking coolant out, and most people don't notice, and the car overheats, and you're SOL. And that point, you need a new head, which is not the case of mine. But I want to obviously correct that for 2 reasons: to prevent it from overheating and losing coolant, and because I don't want the coolant to keep dripping down into the ignition coil and spark plug of cylinder number 4, which is causing it to misfire, which is going to damage the cat. It's just a big shitty situation. Now, the right way to do this would be to just take all this shit off and replace the intake manifold, but that's a bastard of a job. It's a lot of labor, a lot of crap that has to come off, and you got to be very careful putting it all back together. So I don't want to have to do that option if I don't have to. So once I go get the tools that I need, I'm going to just pop off this heater hose. I'm going to take out the ignition coil with those 2 7mm bolts, and take out the spark plug, clean everything up. I mean, if I have to replace that ignition coil and the spark plug, so be it, not a big deal. I just want to get this thing running again, and I want to hopefully stop that leak. So I'm going to get started. So it's pretty tricky to rock a rhyme that's right on time. It's pretty tricky to get this, to get to this clamp that pops off this hose, because these 4.6s, the more modern ones, have so much bullshit, vacuum lines and wires and crap all over the place. So I'm trying to just get these pliers in here safely without damaging anything. I think that's a pretty good spot, so that I can just go ahead and pop that off. All right, fucking A, was that a fighter. Finally got that off. And of course, it spewed more coolant right down in the cylinder 4, which is lovely. Of course, that's what I expected would happen, but go ahead and move that hose out of the way. You can see that is topped right off. Nice fresh coolant though. Look at all that pouring, you bastard. So, actually, it's kind of hard to tell what the problem is, but that doesn't look like a plastic nipple. That looks like it's aluminum. So, interesting. It's so wet, I can't tell. I'm gonna have to clean this mess up to be able to tell what the problem is. Doesn't look like it's leaking, that's for sure, because look at how it's all filled up right there. Interesting. So I've got good news and I've got bad news. Good news is this intake manifold was already updated at some point. I just checked all the service records I have in the car, which go back to new, and it wasn't in there, but I looked online. When you have this brass little nipple back here as opposed to the plastic one, that means it's already been replaced. So mine isn't cracked, that's not the issue. And now it makes sense, because the leak was, I thought the leak was coming, you know, from somewhere. It would pool up at the bottom of this, where the kind of like the little brim is on that brass heater hose nipple. I thought there must have been a crack somewhere up at the top of it before I knew it was a brass one, and it was just dripping, you know, down. But so the nipple's fine, but the problem is now it's leaking at the base, so it's leaking down here. And I looked up on the forums, and this was the one at Ford, because there was a major lawsuit over this. So this car had already been probably recalled and this was replaced. But these ones fucking leak too. Like I just told you, they don't leak, they don't crack, but they leak at the bottom. Now these ones do thread in, so you can take them out, but most of the people said they never go back and seal properly. But I'm looking at it, and there's kind of a little, like, the camera's not going to show up, but a teeny tiny gap between where this thing's supposed to be threaded in to the intake manifold. So maybe it just loosened up. So I'm going to try my luck and try to tighten it very carefully without breaking anything. So I'm here at Mike at Miami Rice.
What's up, guys?
And he just showed up right on time. I didn't film the process most of it because it was getting to be a pain in the neck with myself filming. But I swapped coils. I took coil number 4 out, checked it. It looked okay. I didn't see any issues from the coolant seeping in there. Cleaned it out with some of that grease you use to prevent moisture from getting in it. I swapped it with the cylinder 3 coil anyway. I pulled the spark plug out, checked that. It was actually all right. The plugs look newer. There's a little bit of coolant on it that had seeped in through the boot. So I cleaned up that spark plug, put it back in. And then around the coolant, the nipple back here that was leaking, I was going to use JB Weld, but it just wasn't working well with the plastic and the brass. So I used super glue. And I might get some keyboard mechanics hating on me, saying, well, that'll do this, that'll do that, but I'm looking right now, and there's not a drop of coolant coming out of that nipple. I know it's kind of hard to see, but I just really filled that area up with super glue, and it kind of almost formed like a gasket. So it's looking nice and dry, and we started this up a minute ago, and so far, I mean, no check. We'll have to take it for a drive, obviously, get the RPMs up to see if it starts missing again, but so far, no check engine light. That thing is running real smooth. I mean, when I had it, when it was missing before, you could tell. It was pretty obvious. So I think Mike and I are going to hop into it and take it for a little spin and see how it holds up. I've been driving this thing for a good 5 minutes at least. We've been getting on her hard, and it's not missing at all. Matter of fact, the power, it didn't even have this kind of power when I bought it. So I think that plug was already fouled up because the coolant was, seeping down there at that point. And when I bought it, it'd been sitting for a while, and by driving it, I must have really accelerated the leak. But yeah, it's not missing at all. It's running perfectly. So
that's the Al's touch, right?
Let's hope so.
That's the Al's touch.
So I'm hoping this fixed it. I'm gonna keep an eye on that super glue and see if it holds up. If it doesn't, I'll use something a little more commercial grade for sealing up around that brass nipple there for the heater hose. But I think this did it without having to tear out the whole intake manifold and that whole nightmare. So hopefully it did. I mean, even if it doesn't hold up forever, I ain't keeping the thing. But
how do you think it's going to deal with the heat?
Well, that's, again, I don't know what this super glue is rated for. It's just something I had sitting around the garage, but I wanted to see if it was even possible to seal that leak at all. And if the super glue doesn't hold up, I'm going to monitor this. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'll catch it before it leaks into the spark plug and the ignition coil again, and then I'll get something that can withstand heat. Some different type of sealer.
Yeah.
But I mean, just to have this thing not missing anymore for the moment is still so much better, because now even if I wanted to do it the proper way at the shop, at least I can get it there now.
Yeah.
Without damaging the cat. Because before it was misfiring bad, and you'll damage the cat really fast. Cause it feels like $1 million.
Nice.
Beautiful. So I'm going to bring it back to the house. I'm going to check and make sure that's still dry around that little brass nipple thing. And if it is, we'll call it done for today. So here it is running after 10 minutes. There is zero dripping over by the little brass nipple there where the heater hose goes in the firewall. And it's running perfectly. It's not missing in any way. So it looks like I fixed the problem, cleaning up that plug and the ignition coil, getting the coolant out of there, and sealing this up with super glue. So hoping that takes care of it. I'm going to keep an eye on it for the next couple of days, put some light miles on it, and see if that starts seeping through. I might get a little more super glue, go around it one more time, maybe something a little bit stronger, better heat resistance. But for now, just knowing that I'd have to replace the ignition coil or the spark plugs. I mean, most people just jump right in, start replacing everything. I always say, why not just try working what you got? So this whole thing cost me $0. All I do is clean up a plug, clean up an ignition coil, swap them around, and some super glue I had laying around, and the car's running fine again. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.